Okay, so I thought what I'd do for all the class, I have 4 classes that I'm making these videos for. But for all the classes, this video, you'll be able to watch it, and then I'll talk about, the quiz that you can take. I think I'll make it off like a 5-question quiz. When in doubt, true kind of thing. It's an easy 10 points. And I just want to quickly talk about the coronavirus. And I want to start by comparing it to the flu. So the flu, influenza, is a virus. That's an RNA virus. It's a virus that has an envelope, which is good for us. And then the influenza infects epithelial cells. And the coronavirus is very similar, right? They're almost like sister viruses, right? They're in the same, I don't know if they're in the same family, but because of this, they have spike proteins, very similar type of spike proteins as well. And because of that, what the flu has done, the influenza virus has done, we can go and say, well, the coronavirus will behave very similar to that. Okay, so we don't know from year to year, like the swine flu and H1N1 in the 2009-2010, there was 284,000 people were killed, 12,000 were killed in the United States from it, but we kind of were able to contain that and kept it from spreading out. Okay, the Spanish flu we've heard about probably was an H1N1. They killed 50 million people worldwide. So we don't know each year if the flu will come back and do that again. Just like we don't know if the coronavirus would ever come back like it is now and do what it's doing. Okay, so the fact that what happens is that from year to year, the flu or coronavirus can change and be more pathogenic, the ability to kill you. It could be more spread easily, right, depending, like the corona. Now I'm kind of wondering if, now that we're using cell phones as much as we do, that this is probably, could end up being what's causing most of the transmission of this virus, just my opinion. And we might learn more about that later on. This idea that it can survive for 3 or 4 days on surfaces, to me, I'm real skeptical when I hear that. Because they are enveloped, if they get dry at any point, that destroys the membrane. Membranes need to be surrounded by water. Okay, so the problem with a lot of this, they did a study, and like, oh, it makes it a fact, and that's the furthest thing from the case. And even like this new treatment that they are coming up with using the anti-malarial drugs, I doubt that we'll find that it's actually an antiviral. It's not killing the virus as much as it's protecting you from the complications that the infection, the flu or the coronavirus infection is causing. Because you can die from pneumonia, and when you die, you can be dying, it might not just be the virus that kills you, but you get these secondary bacterial infections, and that's what really does you in. When they do an autopsy, it's not like they look for secondary infections to see what the complications were. They might do a little bit more of that this time because it becomes such a problem. But in the past, SARS and MERS were 2 outbreaks caused by the coronavirus. Right, Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome that's what the acronym stands for. And this picture you've probably seen of the coronavirus. These purple look like little trees. Those are the spike proteins that it uses to get into your epithelial cells. And the problem with corona is that it gets in the lung and really wreaks havoc there. So you don't know from strain to strain where the predominant part of your body is going to be affected. So anyway, in New York City, they really have sympathy for them. You know, that's just rapidly. You know, I'm looking at the cases, and the United States cases jumps up 4,000 or 5,000 every time New York City reports. Every day around, so far the past couple of days, right around 2 o'clock, they report how many people have gotten it. And it's just boom, boom, big. And that might happen in Florida next week. We have no idea. You know, so, you know, stay away from other people, stay home, protect yourself. And anyway, so I think, you know, like I said, I'll make the questions for the bonus quiz pretty easy. If you watch this video, for instance, you know, it'll probably do much better than those that didn't, but it's not necessarily, you know, I'm not keeping track of who are watching these videos. So that's all. Those are my opinions on the coronavirus.